Ermac is coming out next week, and Mavado comes out in May, and they both look insane. This video is split into 3 parts. The first is the new mechanics and new moves for a certain character. Then I'll watch the trailer through silently in case you haven't seen it, and then we'll do a full deep dive breakdown. And trust me, I have a lot to say. Mortal Kombat 1 might be adding new mechanics with this update. With Mavado, we see the first OTG, which is an on-the-ground move that we have seen since MKX, and Tremor is a great example from MKX. In that move, he would use the ground pound after finishing the combo with a hard knockdown. Notice how when the opponent is on the ground and Mavado goes for this slide, normally this would be a whiffed move. It would kind of just push the opponent backwards. And it's how you end up getting whiff punished pretty often on this game, by going for your meaties too early while the opponent is still on the ground. It only worked with moves like Scorpion's ground flames, but those were unblockable. So yeah, it just, as long as the opponent was touching the ground, it didn't matter if the opponent could block or not. Second is push block. And Mavado does it right here. We don't know if every character is going to have this or if it's just a Mavado thing. We also don't know if it's an up block or flawless block only type of thing, or if you can just do it on reversals at any time and you spend maybe your entire cameo gauge to do it. A push block is essentially just, yeah, it separates everybody kind of like a breaker. It's usually cheaper because it's not really ruining a combo or anything like that. It's just stopping pressure, because you get that glow as if you did the invulnerable moves while you're on the ground, but in this case Mavado and Ermac are not on the ground. It's just a block sequence, and it would be really cool if every cameo got a push block button now, because it would stop a lot of the unrelenting pressure people like Kenshi have, and that might be why NetherRealm adds it. Push block is in a lot of other fighting games, so it's not like NetherRealm just crutching with this mechanic. I just think NetherRealm realized, I don't want to nerf every good character into the ground like Kenshi. We'll add a way for you to escape without actually having to get hit, like in Kenji's case, where it's kind of just block until you get chipped out or you get mixed and the round's over. So right off rip, 2 new mechanics we haven't seen in quite literally forever. Next update, we're probably gonna have flash parries or something. Lastly, Reptile has 2 new moves. Not only is his spitball looking a bit different there, he also gets this thing where he baits into, like, kind of like the MK11 Scorpion strat. He baits a move into the teleport, but then cancels the teleport. And when he cancels the special move, he can go for a sprint, which I don't play Reptile often, but I think that's another special move. I haven't played Reptile since day 1, that makes me think. So 2 new moves for Reptile, and honestly, there might be buffs for Xiao and Kung Lao in here as well. And while I haven't seen any new moves for Xiao or Lao, maybe it's hidden like frame data wise, like a Xiao or Lao main could look at the animation and be like, that's definitely sped up a few frames. But yeah, Reptile getting 2 brand new moves, and I kind of knew it was going to happen. Remember before MK1 released, Reptile was kind of a poster boy alongside Smoke. We'll see what it does for him. I'm not sure it'll be like groundbreaking, and they definitely didn't show off everything. They made sure both things were interrupted by Ermac. Just rest in peace, my boy Scorpion. He's not getting anything, and he'll never get anything. So yeah, those are the new mechanics and new moves. Let's go into the first watch. Remember, I won't speak the first time. If you want to just skip till I'm talking, the second run through, I'm doing the deep dive breakdown.
The souls of your ancestors. Which of my ungrateful kin are within you? Fight.
Might be many, but I am the one.
You are not even Earthrealm's champion.
You've changed since we first met.
We believe for the better.
We'll go ahead and show the finishers at the end of the video. Before even the deep dive breakdown, that throw animation is wild. I don't even know how it works. It doesn't look like a high attack anymore. I mean, it's definitely the throw. Ermac does the thing, but it looks more mid-low, and then the cameo does a normal kind of throw. Is that like almost an auto shimmy? Because it's definitely gonna look like other moves. This might be the first true auto shimmy. In this game, people have started saying auto shimmy in terms of what Reptile does, where his moves naturally create this space where he can just immediately whiff punish you. But in past games like MK11, a auto shimmy was when you had a mid-starting move that looked like the throw animation. So when you went to try and duck the throw because you saw, say, an animation come out, you actually got hit by a mid, or vice versa. You thought it was the mid, so you hit block. I can't even think of another throw animation that is that insane that it doesn't look like a high. What the Second, yeah, he does look like a better Scorpion. I saw an amplified teleport on the ground that comboed, by the way, so that's great. Just give everybody else Scorpion's moves, I guess. I mean, fair enough. It is a DLC. It is a DLC, you know? I could play other characters. Last thing I'll say before the breakdown, Mavado looks sick. It looks like he has like a parry type move where if you do any sort of input, either Ermac counters you and pushes you across the screen, or Ermac takes you from full screen to close. We'll do that in the breakdown. Mavado has the trap, very similar looking to Hunter Predator in MKX, so you know there's gonna be people loving those trap setups on the ground. And then a cool combo extension. Kind of looks like a MKX Takeda extension from what I recall, but let's go into the breakdown, and I'm gonna stop probably every 10 seconds and give my thoughts. So weirdly, I know we're seeing Xiao right here. I thought Ermac sounds like MK11 Xiao. Maybe this is a little Easter egg. That mid. Okay, it's not a restand launch, but that's a restand launch. Into the combo extension by Mavado, into the hard knockdown slam. Look at that! So it starts with a clear mid, and then also Ermac has a naturally launching string that you also get to see. It also looks like Ermac can cancel that mid move. You see how he kind of gets a cancel and then it looks like he uses the mid again. I think that's the same move. So he's gonna have cancelable strings. Upgraded Jackie is coming to mind when I think of this. Also, can we talk about that backdash? That is a pretty lofty backdash. I think it's gonna be one of the best whiff punishing backdashes in the game. It definitely makes Ermac look unsafe by doing it because it has that floatiness to it, but then yeah, he's ripping full combo punishes on you. For Mavado stuff, I think it's cool. I don't really know what you would use the first move aside from extensions. Maybe it'll have a cool ranged property to it. And the other one is looking like it'll be an overhead, not just a combo extender. So you'll get a cameo overhead to use for full combos. And you know what that means? People like Scorpion have some danger. Because again, in this game, there aren't many cameos that have overhead combos. Chameleon is really the one that took charge as having an overhead combo starter. So having more of those is amazing because a character like Scorpion only has lows. So you never really have to block overhead aside from that finisher of the string that does nothing for him. And it's like that grab, man. What is that grab? Oh my. Honestly, it looks identical to the cancel. And I think that's the mind game NetherRealm is going with. Wants you to play between the mid hit that we saw right away, a cancelable string, and then a high grab. You are guessing. That is definitely going to be Ermac's main mind game. Also want to say Ermac's eyes are green, similar to the Ermac we've always known, but then his moves seem like this light blue, as if you took Kenshi's blue and Ermac's green and fused it together. I guess that makes some sense, but I thought the moves would be green as well. But so far, Ermac is looking smooth. The backdash, the cancel, the combos go on forever. Everyone's going to be playing this character. I can already tell this character's a hit, especially because the mid-range looked good. That move looks crazy. Okay, we get a low slide. Yeah, Mavado has just mix-ups, man. Okay, so if you get out the Spectre, is the trap. Dude, he just combos forever. And what is that guy? So he doesn't even need to armor to put that on. And look at the anti-air on this man. The anti-air is nuts! So you're definitely gaining access to new moves when you get the green stuff on. You see that anti-air, it looks absolutely incredible, but it seems like it's a green phase only. You also get this extra launcher where you can just catch the opponent in the air with the launch. As we saw earlier, the opponent had to be grounded to get the low one that came out of the floor almost. And then we also got the stun right off rip of the trailer. But this one probably leads to the max possible damage. It just probably doesn't have very much scaling and allows for even longer combos in the air. And that would make sense because it's something you have to actively try and get set up, and I'm sure you can amplify it in some way to make it last longer. That's just a normal thing in these games. It's also hard to tell like what is already a part of it. You see that overhead? Another overhead move that we're getting once you have this form out. Seems like you just get so much better, and then the trap setup. So many people are gonna get baited with armor. So many people. You're gonna fake as if you're gonna walk up throw or walk up meaty mid, and the opponent is gonna just dial in the armor about a half second before the delayed wake up finishes, and then you're gonna drop the trap and get full combos. It's gonna be fun. Honestly, I'm just as hype about Mavado as I am Ermac, because Mavado actually adds some creativity levels. Like, we've seen the overhead low mixes that launch, we've seen the combo extenders, and now we're seeing trap setups. It's just a really well-rounded cameo. In terms of, I think we needed that. A cameo a little bit like Chameleon, minus the katana part of Chameleon, where it is just all-out offense is amazing, and the only thing it's lacking is the thing everybody's been abusing since day one, which is on-block cameos, such as Cyrax pre-patch or Striker for the longest time. Seems like that mid is used a lot. That looked like it again. So what is that? What is that? Hold on. We're gonna stop it there. Reptile goes for the spit here, but it just automatically catches it? Weird. Maybe it's just a move that brings you in closer, but also if the opponent's doing a move, it just knocks you down. That might make more sense. Oh my. That get off of me button is crazy. Look how long these combos go. Dude, it's still not over. What? Oh my word. Yeah, see, this throw is wild, but that time there was no Mavado on screen. Okay, get off me button is crazy. And there's where we saw it. The teleport that makes scorpions look like trash. It's okay. I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. It's really quick. It's probably faster than scorpions and it launches. I mean, it's looks amplified to me, but oh my. Also, it looks like you can use that anti-air at any time. That stall is so long, and I love how the trap just naturally picks up. Super long combos, you could set up the traps flawlessly. There's probably a ton of setups. You could do Darius setups now whenever you get the opponent stunned. A lot of the setup cameos are really gonna have a field day with this one. Imagine you could get like a Frost cameo setup. It's gonna get pretty wild out here. Imagine Frost cornering you, or you could get Janet Cage set up. This character's dangerous with how long the stun is. Again, it's a better Scorpion. Scorpion gets a stun on Spear, but it's not long at all, so you can't set up anything. You are now going to get these pauses where you can just do whatever you want with the cameos. That also looked like a quick overhead there at the end, I'm not sure. So that looked like one of those moves you can use on reversal. You know how like cameos get invulnerability, and that's why you saw the flash? That looked like that was the move, but was that what the long range one was? But that's what happens when you're close up and you use it on wake up. It instead forces distance rather than pulling you in. We won't really know until Mavado comes out, which is in May, unlike Ermac, which is next week. But that's an interesting one because it looks almost like Breaker. It's such like a stark pushback, but it's definitely not a break. Hey, you just use it on reversal. Yeah, you recover instantly from this teleport. This character is just better, and the anti-air again is, you can use it at all times, you don't need the thing. That is crazy, dude. This character is just a better Scorpion, man. This character is just a better Scorpion. He's sick, though. Everyone's gonna be playing him. I reckon this character will be probably the most played character, or like DLC character, other than maybe Omni-Man, but no way. The combos are too flashy, easily the coolest combos in the game, and it already looks like all of us Scorpion mains are just getting a new character to use. I didn't really see too many huge mix-ups on actual normals. I'm sure there are some. It looks like, though, that'll be Ermac's weakness. You get all the combo damage, you're gonna get a great mid, but if you want to mix the opponent up, you're going to have to commit to either using cameos, which is why Mavado is being shown with him, or you're going to have to commit to probably unsafe special moves. Like any of the ones, the overheads from the ceiling, probably unsafe, the low launcher, probably unsafe, so you're going to have to take the risks there, or burn through all your cameo bar. That's what I would expect from Ermac, looking at just a trailer with no inputs and nothing like that to go off of. I don't think I've ever been this hype about two characters before. I mean, Ermac is just free, easy, one of the best characters in the game. Of course, cool animations, cool combos, just literally insane, again. And then Mavado, just gonna add some spice that I think we really needed. This game was playing very straightforward. I really like what the Chameleon meta did. I know some people get annoyed by Chameleon because she's pretty good, but again, we were coming off a meta that was solely just choose the cameo that was good on block, and Chameleon kind of changed that, you know? Like, people were still playing Striker. We needed that final Striker nerf to get people fully off of him only. And I think this just adds another layer of like a top 5 cameo choice. Like, now you have the setup king, and you could get some mix-ups. You're not going to be safe on block, so characters like Scorpion, you're not guaranteed safety on your moves, so it's going to be tough for somebody like that. But for a lot of the cast that doesn't need that, like anybody who isn't like a Baraka, a Melina, a Scorpion, characters with no safe special moves, essentially, it's going to be quite wild. It's going to be quite wild. Thank you guys for watching. As usual, I'm back to active uploads. I'll have a video up tomorrow, probably Road to Rank 1, and then after that, I'm going to have a scripted video I've been working on for a while. Catch you guys next time.